Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Disapproval expressed by pointing out faults or shortcomings. The senator received severe criticism from his opponent. A serious examination and judgment of something. Constructive criticism is always appreciated. A written evaluation of a work of literature. Disapproval expressed by pointing out faults or shortcomings. An essay or article that gives a critical evaluation, as of a book or play. A serious examination and judgment of something. Appraise critically. Please critique this performance. A written evaluation of a work of literature. The informed analysis and evaluation of literature. An inclination to withhold approval from some person or group. A feeling of disliking something or what someone is doing. The act of disapproving or condemning. The expression of disapproval. An appraisal based on careful analytical evaluation. An appraisal based on careful analytical evaluation. The work of a writer. Anything expressed in letters of the alphabet, especially when considered from the point of view of style and effect. The work of a writer. Anything expressed in letters of the alphabet, especially when considered from the point of view of style and effect. That editorial was a fine piece of writing. The work of a writer. Anything expressed in letters of the alphabet, especially when considered from the point of view of style and effect. The writing in her novels is excellent. The act of creating written works. Writing was a form of therapy for him. The activity of putting something in written form. She did the thinking while he did the writing. Letters are symbols that are written or imprinted on a surface to represent the sounds or words of a language. He turned the paper over so the writing wouldn't show. Usually plural, the collected work of an author. The idea occurs with increasing frequency in Hemingway's writings. Ideas or actions intended to deal with a problem or situation. An attack on inflation. Attack in speech or writing. The editors of the left-leaning paper attacked the new House Speaker. Military, an offensive against an enemy, using weapons. The attack began at dawn. Take the initiative and go on the offensive. The Serbs attacked the village at night. A decisive manner of beginning a musical tone or phrase. Intense adverse criticism. The government has come under attack. Launch an attack or assault on. Begin hostilities or start warfare with. Hitler attacked Poland on September 1, 1939 and started World War II. Attack someone physically or emotionally. The act of attacking. Attacks on women increased last year. An offensive move in a sport or game. They won the game with a 10-hit attack in the 9th inning. A sudden occurrence of an uncontrollable condition. An attack of diarrhea. Begin to injure. The cancer cells are attacking his liver. Set to work upon. Turn one's energies vigorously to a task. I attacked the problem as soon as I got out of bed. Strong criticism. He published an unexpected attack on my work. The onset of a corrosive or destructive process, as by a chemical agent. The film was sensitive to attack by acids. Persistent, petty and unjustified criticism. A shot taken at an easy or casual target, as by a pot hunter. Criticism aimed at an easy target and made without careful consideration. Reporters took potshots at the mayor. Censure severely or angrily. An act or expression of criticism and censure. He had to take the rebuke with a smile on his face. An act or expression of criticism and censure. Censure severely or angrily. An act or expression of criticism and censure. Rebuke formally. Take to task. An act or expression of criticism and censure. An act or expression of criticism and censure. The act of applying force to propel something. Push upward. The front of the trains that had collided head-on thrust up into the air. Penetrate or cut through with a sharp instrument. Make a thrusting forward movement. Impose urgently, importunately, or inexorably. A strong blow with a knife or other sharp-pointed instrument. Place or put with great energy. Thrust the money in the hands of the beggar. The force used in pushing. The thrust of the jet engines. Press or force. She thrust the letter into his hand. A sharp hand gesture, resembling a blow. He made a thrusting motion with his fist. Force, molten rock, into pre-existing rock. Push forcefully. He thrust his chin forward. Verbal criticism. He enlivened his editorials with barbed thrusts at politicians. A fragment of brick used as a weapon. Blunt criticism. Hit hard. A highly pleasurable or exciting experience. Celebrating after the game was a blast. A strong current of air. Make a strident sound. She tended to blast when speaking into a microphone. Fire a shot. The gunman blasted away. Use explosives on. Shatter as if by explosion. Create by using explosives. Blast a passage through the mountain. Intense adverse criticism. A sudden very loud noise. Criticize harshly or violently. An explosion, as of dynamite. Apply a draft or strong wind to. The air conditioning was blasting cold air at us. A very long fly ball. Make with or as if with an explosion. Blast a tunnel through the Alps. Shrivel or wither or mature imperfectly. Thin layers of rock used for roofing. A severely critical attack. The reviewers gave his book a sound slating. The act of laying slates for a roof. Showing little if any change. A static population. Concerned with or producing or caused by static electricity. An electrostatic generator produces high-voltage static electricity. Not in physical motion. A crackling or hissing noise caused by electrical interference. Angry criticism. They will probably give you a lot of static about your editorial. Abnormal narrowing of a bodily canal or passageway. Severe criticism. Tending to find and call attention to faults. An excessively demanding and fault-finding tutor. Persistent, petty, and unjustified criticism. Tending to make moral judgments or judgments based on personal opinions. A counselor tries not to be fault-finding. Call forth emotions, feelings, and responses. Provide with fuel. Oil fires the furnace. Start firing a weapon. Go off or discharge. The gun fired. The process of combustion of inflammable materials producing heat and light and, often, smoke. Fire was one of our ancestors' first discoveries. Start or maintain a fire in. Fire the furnace. Feelings of great warmth and intensity. Become ignited. The furnace wouldn't fire. The act of firing weapons or artillery at an enemy. Hold your fire until you can see the whites of their eyes. Intense adverse criticism. Clinton directed his fire at the Republican Party. Terminate the employment of. Discharge from an office or position. The boss fired his secretary today. Cause to go off. Fire a gun. Destroy by fire. A fireplace in which a relatively small fire is burning. They sat by the fire and talked. A severe trial. He went through fire and damnation. Bake in a kiln so as to harden. Fire pottery. Drive out or away by or as if by fire. The soldiers were fired. Fuel that is burning and is used as a means for cooking. Put the kettle on the fire. Generate an electrical impulse. The neurons fired fast. Once thought to be one of 4 elements composing the universe, Empedocles. The event of something burning, often destructive. They lost everything in the fire. Artillery designed to shoot upward at airplanes. A slick spokesperson who can turn any criticism to the advantage of their employer. Intense adverse criticism. Artillery designed to shoot upward at airplanes. A slick spokesperson who can turn any criticism to the advantage of their employer. Intense adverse criticism. Don't give me any flack. A detailed inspection of your conscience, as done daily by Jesuits. A critical study, as of a writer's work. Criticism of yourself. Subject to laughter or ridicule. His former students roasted the professor at his 60th birthday. A piece of meat roasted or for roasting and of a size for slicing into more than one portion. Meat, cooked by dry heat in an oven. Negative criticism. Cook with dry heat, usually in an oven. Roast the turkey.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.